Reverend Mac is. Or who's operating my slides. Maybe he's... Good, anyway, good to see everybody. We've got some joining us by FaceTime as well. Is that what we call it, FaceTime? Oh! Just wait for that to happen in a minute. Ryan, are you up there? Can't see. I need a clicker for the PowerPoint.
On the pulpit.
Where?
On the pulpit. The left pulpit. This? Yes, and change.
Ah. Change got it.
$10.
Let me just... Right, okay. Right, okay. Well, Paul's going to be here in a minute, apparently. He's finishing something off, as is our late Paul. Welcome, everybody, anyway, to this visit or presentation about our visit to Turkey, which we're planning to do next April. And as I said in my sermon this morning, I was just putting this together yesterday and the day before. It sort of reminded me of how significant Turkey is as a country for us who are Christians, so biblically, historically, and culturally, religiously, and also it's a great place for shopping, if you like shopping. Turkey, there we go. Right, so this is Turkey's Asia Minor, as we used to call it, or the Bible refers to it. And as you can see with this red sort of circular line, that's the second missionary journey of Paul. You could overlay 3 more of those around that, because this is the area that Paul traveled. Planting churches, establishing churches, and then coming round again to teach them, or to admonish them, or to help them to grow. One of his biggest areas is Ephesus, which we shall visit. 2.5 years he spent in Ephesus, one of the biggest Roman towns, and very significant for the region. So this is in Paul's day, so 1st century Christianity. This is Turkey on the global map today. So you'll see how it's a bridge between, on the left, Europe, if you like, Greece and Bulgaria, and on the right into the Middle East and Asia. For those of you who are worried about security, well, I can't guarantee there won't be a war or conflict or anything. But where we are in that part of Turkey is about 1,500 kilometers from Syria, on the Iranian border. And it's just a short ferry ride into Europe. If anything happens, you can jump on a ferry and get to one of the Greek islands. You're in Europe, so you'll be safe as houses. So if we can get out of Israel, we can get out of Turkey. So it's an extraordinary place. It's a bridge place. And so this is Turkey, and these are the 7 churches. So you see we're right over to the southwest of Turkey, right from up in Istanbul, where we'll land, all the way down to Laodicea, Ephesus, Philadelphia, Sardis. Some have got different names now. We'll look at that in a minute. So modern-day Turkey is old Asia Minor. Paul toured across the area along the trade routes, visiting significant Roman cities, Ephesus, Antioch, and establishing Christian communities. And there's strong evidence that John took Mary, the mother of Jesus, after the crucifixion and resurrection to Ephesus. We'll see a picture of the house she lived in, possibly. And in that community of Ephesus, John established his community from out of which he wrote his gospel, or the gospel. And Paul was there for 2.5 years, and in and out and round and about. So these early churches with young Christians along the trade route were naturally affected by culture, pagan and religious practices, hence the need for gospels to keep them on track. And they circulated around these places. But of course, this is also the focus of the revelation given to John. And John finds himself on Patmos, not quite on that map, but it's an island just off the coast of Turkey. And there he's given this revelation, which forms the final book of our Bible. And within that revelation, the 7 churches are held up for all sorts of different reasons. Not all, some of them are commended, not all of them, but all of them are reminded of what it means to be faithful to Christ. So it's got a very deep, significant early Christian history. But let's look at our trip. Day 1. Now, Paul's going to tell you that there are different ways for you to get there. If you want to go earlier, I don't know, some of you are, well worth it. You can fly into Istanbul or a place close by and spend some days there. Same at the end. If you want to end your trip with us and then stay longer, you can do that too. And I know there's some of you will be happy to fly economy. Others might want a bit more luxury and a bit more space. So you can do that. So day 1, basically we get the 10:30 flight if you're with us on the main group, and we'll fly to Istanbul. It's about 11 and a half hours, and we land at 5 a.m. The next day in Istanbul. Now, Istanbul is an amazing city, home to 15 million people. Some say it's like the Paris of Asia. It's famous for its rich history, stunning architecture, and iconic landmarks like the Hagia Sophia and the Blue Mosque. And as I said in my notices earlier, it is fascinating. I mean, we're going to see with buildings the rise and fall of Christian and Islam, and the way that buildings are taken over. We'll see churches that have become mosques or museums. And the museum bit is really to try to hold a balance between the strong Muslim community and the Christian community. So rather than turn a church into a mosque, it's a museum. It's kind of middle ground. But since 2020, the president, who has a leaning towards Islam, has been allowing cathedrals, churches to be returned or turned into mosques. So it's interesting to observe as we go through Turkey some of this. And some of them go right back to the Byzantine period, so well before Roman times. Okay, so when we land then at 5 a.m. in the morning, we can't sadly get to our hotel, so we're going to have a kind of hearty Turkish breakfast somewhere. Maybe, hopefully, by the Bosphorus, by the river, or full of good things. And then we are going to visit the Eastern Orthodox Cathedral Church of St. George. And again, this is where the schism between the church in the 11th century, Rome on one side, Constantinople on the other. And this is the place of the earliest, or the place of the patriarch and his cathedral. So Turkey's gone in Istanbul, so it names from Istanbul, previously Constantinople, named by the Roman Emperor Constantine, and before that Byzantium. So this ancient place has gone through this change and development over the years. We'll visit. We won't do too much on this first day. So there's a few visits and opportunities, maybe the bazaar and a few other things. The Grand Bazaar in Istanbul is very grand indeed, very large. So no shortage of shopping. But it's a beautiful city with many ancient pathways and walkways and buildings and lots of things to see and do. And we'll get us to our hotel as soon as we can so we can check in, freshen up after our flight, and then have some free time in the afternoon before probably having dinner together and some meeting time together. Slide 8, just make sure I'm keeping up with them. So day 3, so day 1 flight, day 2 around Istanbul, and then day 3 we head out to Pergamum. Pergamum's formerly a very rich and powerful Greek city, over 1,000 feet up and stunning views from the steep drop down the northwest side of it. Again, ancient monuments, including the Red Basilica and ancient sites that we can see, but the view, of course, is spectacular from up there. So that's Pergamum. In the afternoon, we take the coach to the beautiful coastal city of Izmir for a 2-night stay. Izmir is formerly Smyrna, so one of the churches. And much of ancient Smyrna, that old town or city, is incorporated into modern Izmir. So we have to look around for that ancient, the remains of the ancient time. Founded by the Greeks, taken over by the Romans, and rebuilt by Alexander the Great before becoming part of the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century. So that's the big moment for Turkey, if you like, the Ottoman Empire rising up, Islamic State, if you like, and conquering Turkey and imposing its culture. Today, an expansive archaeological sites are around, including the Roman Agora of Smyrna, now an open-air museum, and the hilltop, Kadifakale, or Velvet Castle as it's called, built during Alexander's reign and overlooks the city. So that's Pergamum. And then day 4, wrong slide 4. Thyatira and Sardis. Thyatira, anybody know who was born and lived in Thyatira from the Bible? I'll give you a clue, it wasn't a man. It was Lydia. Lydia, who dealt in purple. She was born in Thyatira, but spent much of her time in Philippi, of course, where she did much of her business. Acts 16 is the interesting passage, if you like, for Paul, and it's the moment when Paul realizes his ministry and preaching is not just for Asia Minor, but God's calling him to greater things, to go from Troas over to Philippi and effectively into Europe with the gospel and planting it there. And, you might remember the story. Paul is not allowed to preach in Asia Minor at this time. The Spirit stops him. Jesus forbids him. And so he's waiting. And then he gets the image of the Macedonian man who says, "Come over, Paul." And Paul realizes it's beyond the continent of Asia Minor and gets to Troas, and they cross in the boat. And there on the first day, they meet Lydia. And she becomes this incredible, faithful, powerful Christian businesswoman who opens her home and welcomes people in. So Lydia comes from Thyatira. Thyatira and Sardis are 32 miles apart. In Revelation, Thyatira is praised for acts of love and faithfulness and patient endurance, but rebuked for tolerating false prophetesses. Sardis is a wealthy, prosperous town, commended for nothing in the book of Revelation, but rebuked for a false reputation of being spiritually alive while dead, complacent and apathetic. No positives for Sardis. Well, we'll go and we'll see. I'm sure there's many positive things that we can see. Ancient sites, of course, ancient ruins, the amphitheater, and Roman baths are preeminent in Sardis. So it's a wealthy town who thought it was spiritually alive, but the revelation given to John is, no, you are dead, and you're rebuked for a false reputation. 11, then we visit St. Polycarp's Church, magnificent frescoes on the wall, which you can't quite see, but up in the top left-hand corner, and the famous Kemeralty Bazaar. Again, obviously a huge time for shopping through the bazaars in most places, and the Roman baths again. And then on to the great city of Ephesus. And I went to Ephesus, 30 years ago when I went to Turkey. It is incredible to stand amongst these ancient sites. Temple of Artemis, one of the great wonders of the world. And people flock to it from all over the known world to the temple. And there were female priests officiating in this temple of Artemis. And that's where Paul establishes himself in the early church and stays all this time to kind of counteract the pagan theology or religion. In top right, it's the very famous front facade of the library. When I was there, I was told that the building on the left-hand side, or one of the buildings on the left-hand side, is a brothel. So that, as I've said in sermons before, when the men used to say we're off to the library, it didn't always mean they were going to get a book out. It may mean they were going somewhere else. And then this amazing amphitheater. So Ephesus in Paul's day, the biggest center really outside Rome, 200 to 250,000 people lived in this city. It was immense, enormous, a very important, significant Roman site and city. So again, why Paul spent so much time in these places, because he knew they were on trade routes and people would go out and they would take the message, take the stories wherever they went. So he spent a lot of time there. Day 5, and then so just outside Ephesus, or just inside Ephesus, is Mary's house. It didn't look like this when I was there 30 years ago, so maybe I was taken to a different house, I don't know. Maybe it got mixed up, or maybe it's been done up a bit better. This is supposedly where, of course, on the cross, Jesus says to John, John, here is your mother, Mary, here is your son, and John takes Mary following resurrection. And they end up in Ephesus, and this is the place that they say where Mary lived and eventually died in there. So we'll visit Mary's house. Then day 6, Laodicea, rebuked for being lukewarm in their faith. But on the way we shall visit these magnificent hot pools. They are salt pools that flow down the mountain, naturally occurring. Now, when I was there, you could go in them, but I'm thinking I'm not allowed in them anymore, but I don't know. The tour guide will tell us perhaps, but certainly I know that the water, like onsens in Japan, flow into hotels, and hotels are built to take this water, and it has healing properties, and you can bathe in it, if not here, then in your, or many of the hotels, so hopefully we'll get to stay in one of those hotels. So that's Pamukkale, outside Laodicea. We spent an overnight there. Then day 7, we get to Cappadocia, described like this: a magical region in central Turkey, famous for its fairy chimneys, underground cities, and stunning sunrise hot air balloon rides, shaped by ancient volcanic eruption and wind erosion. The landscape features historical cave dwellings, rock-cut churches, and unique valleys. You can see the city, in many ways very modern, but with these ancient buildings, mosques and palaces. And then outside, if you want to, well, we can stay in a cave hotel, of which there are many. Around this area, in this incredible landscape, are the fairy chimneys, they're called. They're sort of tall, thin rocks, naturally occurring because of wind and erosion. And they look like chimneys. And they're called fairy chimneys because of some myth about them acting like chimneys for fairies. I'm not quite sure. I forgot that story, but there we go. But into the rocks also are these incredible hotels. Now, if you're a bit claustrophobic, we need to make sure you've got a window in your room. But they are quite luxurious, as you can see, built into the rock and then adapted or created with patios and areas to sit and enjoy. Some of them, if you're very lucky, like the one at the bottom, has its own indoor swimming pool in the bedroom and or hot tub on a terrace overlooking. So that's the cave hotels that we can think about. Again, our tour guide will tell us more about whether we are booked into those hotels or there's an option not to be in there if you are claustrophobic. We can talk about that. But hopefully we'll all be able to go, and hopefully we'll all get a window in our room. And then, so you can see the kind of structures rising up. And into those structures are not very clear though, is it? But rooms and houses and lodging places have been carved out over the years, and people have lived in them as cave houses. And the dark church, built into the caves, has just one little window. That's why it's called the dark church. But that has helped preserve these amazing frescoes because of the darkness. And so we'll be able to go in the dark church carved into the side of the mountain and see these incredible frescoes that are there, preserved because of the lack of light in them. Day 9, Kamakli. Day 9. Now, Paul again will tell us about a hot air balloon ride. It's optional, and you need to pay extra if you want to go in it. Has anybody been on a balloon ride? I never have. Yeah? Well, so the survivors, that's good. But it's, again, very early morning. You get a fantastic and beautiful view of the scenery, the area. So you can either go up very high in the sky, or you can go underground to the underground city. Again, if you're claustrophobic, you may not want to, because I've seen some pictures where literally the roof is like the top of my head, so it's quite low down there. But this, labyrinth of tunnels and places where people lived and worked, and all underground. I think we can do both, actually. I think you can do the early morning balloon ride, and you can go into the underground city if you want to. And then day 10, we're back to Istanbul. And we have a couple of days here. We'll visit the Blue Mosque, the Basilica, the Hippodrome, the Grand Bazaar, and we'll see some whirling dervishes. These guys with the dresses and the dancing, swirling around. We can be part of that. You can go to the Grand Bazaar, the top of that picture. Below, and then the tower, so lots of things to do. And then day 12, for those of us who are with the trip, you can come back home with us, or you can stay longer, go somewhere else. So, of course, it's a 4-star tour, so our hotels won't be anything less than 4-star in quality. And we're trying to get as many swimming pools involved with them as possible. Not always possible, but we'll get as many as we can. There'll be great food, of course. Everything is supplied, as it were, from breakfast, lunch, and dinner for us. There may be other things that you want to do as while we're there, and there'll be opportunities to go off a little bit and explore for yourself, and space to do that and do your own thing. But I guess it's quite a full and active tour. But that would just give you a flavor. I think there's lots to see, lots to do, lots to enjoy. If you've got a biblical background, or historical, or archaeological, or cultural, or religious, there's lots and lots of things to see and enjoy on this trip. And I think it's going to be really rich and really full, and I hope really enjoyable. So Paul's got a bit more nuts and bolts stuff to tell us. And then our guide, maybe at the back, is going to say a few words. Why don't you come and say hello? What's his name? Kieran, come and say hello. So this is the guy from our travel company who's helped us to arrange the tour. So Kieran, welcome. We're very glad to see you. Why don't Paul say a few words, and then you fill in anything else we need, and then there'll be questions.
Good. So Eden already gone through the detailed itinerary with you all. I'm sure you will see that it feels like it's a bit different from when we go to Israel, when we try to pack it together. And one of the highlights of this trip is actually you also immerse yourself into the history of Christian traditions. So a lot of churches, and that's why before the trip, like last time, we also try to do 3-4 weeks of study. So you can see, know that, of course, you study the Bible passage. And then also, I'm trying to find a professor to talk about how we can appreciate those when you go into church, because we go to Church Sophia, the Dark Church, the Cave Church, the Blue Mosque, how we can appreciate the church architecture. So that's one thing that we want to do. So that when you go to an Orthodox church, where you should look at, or you can see those bits and pieces actually have rich historical development and everything. Yeah. So this is one of the highlights, I would say. I would really love it.
Devotional elements to our trip.
Yes. So like Eden mentioned earlier, like the second day, when or like the first day we land in Istanbul, and then that evening we gather together, we have some briefing too, and also some reflections, especially after the sites. Yeah. And then the first bit, you can see more biblical sites, and then more churches, and then later on, it'll be a little bit of touristy and sightseeing, like when we go to Pamukkale, and then the Salt Lake and everything. So So I want to introduce Kieron. Kieron, actually, we met in Divinity School when, like 13 years ago. And now he's actually working in a travel agent company, and then we'd love to have him. So Kieron, thank you. So if you have questions, you can, after you share a little bit, and then you can raise other questions.
Hi everyone, I'm Kieran from Holication Travel. Actually, my English is not good enough, but I will try my best to use my broken English to share about the itinerary. Yep, actually, we have a PowerPoint. Paul, may I have the slide that we can continue?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, actually I won't go through the itinerary because we've even share very detailed and very a lot. So that I will more focus on about the visa part. I think most of us will concern about this part. Actually, I've checked the visa information. I think most of the Western country and international city that from US, from Hong Kong, from China, from Canada, from UK, that the visa is not a problem. And even we don't need to apply visa or even online visa. So that if you really have some concern about this part, you can just don't hesitate to ask me. I will help you to check to make sure that your passport, you won't have any problem to enter Turkey and join this tour.
You say UK is visa free?
Yes, but not BNO. Yeah, but not BNO. BNO need to apply some online visa. So that some safety issue that maybe someone will notice that there is a red safety alert in Turkey. But if we look it carefully, the red alert is in the southeastern part of the southeastern part of the Turkey, in the bottom part, and our itinerary won't cover that part, and we won't go over there. But I can assure that what happen when we go to the Turkey. So that please make sure you should buy your travel insurance, and most city in Turkey is very safe, and I think it won't be a problem, and we don't need to pay too much concern about this part. And and Turkey, just like some international city or tourist famous city like Paris, like Madrid, like Roma, there will be some pretty maybe pickpocket or some thief there. But we are in the big group, and just take care of your personal belonging. I don't think there's any problem. And buy travel insurance. If you have some loss, the travel insurance can cover. So that yes, I need to talk about this part because someone may concern the safety issue in Turkey. Okay, so actually, Ethan have already talked this part. If someone stay behind and you go earlier, and we will help you. We will help you arrange to join the big group. We can help you to call the car to pick you up in the airport to join the big group. And if you want to have some room upgrade, single room, or you want to have some family room, you want to have some connecting room, stay near with your friend, your family, we also can help. If you have some food allergy, you prefer vegetarian, we are also okay for this. And actually, I'm just mentioned that if you don't want to stay in the cave hotel, we can arrange some standard hotel which is near the cave hotel. And the morning, join back the group. Evening, after the tour, you go back to your hotel. I think maybe, I've checked maybe around 15-minute or to 30-minute transportation distance, and we will have a private car to help you to join and back to your hotel. So that if you really have some problem to stay in cave hotel, maybe there's no window. I can guarantee because we are a big group. Because the cave hotel just have maybe 10 to 20 rooms, so that maybe some have window, some have a window. So that if you have some problem about that, we will arrange some standard hotel. So don't worry. Don't worry, you just pass your preference and your question to Paul. Paul will help you to solve every problem. I just pass the board to him. And actually, some may worry about this, but there are 3 cases I want to talk about. The first one is the tour canceled because of something we can't control, like bad weather that we can't go to that country, and maybe some war happened that the tour must cancel. But according to the guidance of TIA, which is the travel industry, we will have some handling charge but we will do full refund after the handling charge. The second case is that because when we discussed with Paul about this, we have set a minimum target that our group size is 20. If the minimum group size is not met, then we will do cancel. But this time it's full refund. We won't charge any handling fees. And the case 3 is your personal reason for cancellation. In principle, all case fees are non-refundable. But if due to some health problem, accidental injury, that we can talk, we will. Yeah. We want to do some partial refund, try our best to do, but we don't. I don't hope this case will happen because I want everyone to go to this tour. So that and the third time I mentioned buy travel insurance because you will get some partial refund and cover by travel insurance, not by travel agency. So that travel insurance is and the fee is not covered by travel insurance, but because I think many of you have your own travel insurance and pursue some. If you not have one, buy someone that suits your own needs, because everyone have your own needs. So that I talked with Paul that we won't cover the travel insurance part, and that yes, please buy. And there are some not I want to mention that because I know someone want to maybe you travel not from Hong Kong, you from England, you travel from Singapore or from other country, that you will buy your own flight ticket. But please make sure that because because the big group is the group ticket, we take Turkey Airlines. If the tour cancel, that we will have some cover, and the holiday travel we were responsible for this part and refund for all of you join the big group. But if you choose to buy air tickets by yourself, then we won't cover that part. You need to handle your refund or change the traveling date by yourselves. So I want to make sure about this. Okay.
So what's Kieran is saying, so if you follow the whole thing, so you buy the 39,000 and then 500 the one, it means they include your flight ticket, econ package, and then also all the hotels. But if you want to just get your own ticket or get an upgrade, you can do it yourself, but after the tour is settled, means that we have 20 people putting down the deposit, then this tour is formalized, then you can buy your own ticket. We would suggest that we just wait for 2 more weeks, and then we see if we have 20 people put down their deposit, then you can buy your own ticket. We put in there, should be the last page. Yeah. For the deposit we need to have everyone 10,000. Yeah, because the deposit actually you give to the church, and the church go to the travel agency for the booking all those hotels and all the places. Yeah, so that money is needed. So 2 more weeks, and then September 6th is our deadline. So if we have more than 20 people before the deadline, that's great, and now I'll notify you. If you want to have a land package, it means you buy your own ticket, then you can do it so, or you can do it asking by a travel agency. But also always when you go for business class or premium econ, there's always a limit time of quotation. So let's say maybe, I don't know.
Maybe 40 hours.
40, yeah, so it's quite quick. So because the price may change quite quickly. Yeah. Okay.
And that's the reason we're doing a longer day, first day in Istanbul, so that if you are going to France, you've got more time to come and meet us at the hotel or whatever.
Yeah, the museum. Yeah. Yeah.
So rather than all meet in the airport and go, we've got a full day in Istanbul when we arrive on the regular.
Yeah. Because the place that we're visiting around 1 hour away from the airport, so it's like in downtown. So now it's Q&A. If you have questions, do just shout out.
Yes.
1, 2.
May I know the plan B in case some emergency happen? I mean, after we arrive there, and it's like last time I heard about the bad news.
the
So
Israel
what will be the plan B that we should know?
I think no plan B. Actually, if there is some emergency happens, we will do the best, and because something we can't control. So I think first of all, we will keep all of us safety first, and then if we can continue the itinerary, we continue. We just but if we adjust that. We should end the tour, then we will try our best to arrange the flight to back Hong Kong and keep your safety first. But if we can do some refund if there are tour canceled, but we will handle this part after we back Hong Kong.
Okay. So I would say it actually depends on the situation. So A, of course, like Kieran said, safety first. And then second, because we will have a local guide, so the local guide knows exactly what happens in their situation. Because after the Israel, I guess we all know the communication on the internet is all very different, with different propaganda, different hidden agenda. So we have a local guide, and also we have an escort from Hong Kong too. So this is well taken care of. And then we will see which parts are okay, are we okay to continue? Because if you look at the map, we know that today Israel seems like a bit tension with Syria. And then the distance between the east and where we're going is the ruins part, the touristy part. And the distance between that area and the conflict area is actually very far. It is like Hong Kong, it's further than Hong Kong to Shanghai. Yeah. So you can, and it's not like Wan Chai and North Point, but it's like Hong Kong and Shanghai, that far. So, and then I would say Israel never bomb a historic site, and it's also a Christian site, and it's just ruins. There's nothing to bomb, actually. Yes. So, and so you can rest assured: A, safety first; B, we have the local guide to make sure. Also, we'll then make sure you have an exit plan if that is the worst case. Yeah.
We don't go to Greece.
Yeah. And then we change to Athens. I mean, we've been to Athens.
Can I ask a question? Mary and I are going 1 day later than the big group. So will we be considered as part of the group in the flight cost? Not really, right?
No. Yeah.
Huh? So we will actually buy our ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can I guess use do the land package and then buy your own ticket, or
Can actually they book
so-
the ticket for us?
yes, still can.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can. Yeah, I can explain a little bit. Because the big group is the group ticket. We have the arrival day or departure day, so we can just one people and 1 day later arrival. So that you may purchase your own flight ticket by yourself, or you can call us to help you to handle this pass. But I think it won't be a big problem. But make sure that please don't buy the ticket first. Please wait Paul to confirm the tour is met the minimum the group size.
Yeah, I understand that part. The question is the flight daily? Do you know?
Yes,
So
flight
it's
daily.
daily flight, so
It's
shouldn't
from
be a
Hong Kong.
problem.
If from Hong Kong, there is a direct flight from Hong Kong to Istanbul daily. But maybe the time is a little bit differences by each day. So that, but if there is a daily flight, but if the time is not good, we can take another indirect flight, then it's daily flight, but it's also okay. Just maybe 2 or 3 more, two to three flight, more flight time. Yep.
We'll work with you on that.
Okay, we don't want to actually go
But-
and then need to.
You're flying from somewhere else to here, aren't you, and then flying?
No, actually, we fly from here.
Yeah, you're flying from Tokyo to here.
知道，知道。
No, Mary.
But because when we search right now, there's another day, the same time, same flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just 1 day after.
Because Mary is very kind. Because I just came, I would have just came back from Tokyo.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe can direct
Okay, any more
from Tokyo
questions?
to
Anybody
Istanbul.
at the back? Oh, Selena.
I just want to ask, if we arrange for our own ticket, there's a $7,000 discount, right? But then how about domestic flight? Does it mean that we also need to arrange for our own domestic flight?
Yes, because the group ticket is cover all the international flight and domestic flight. So if you buy, if you choose to buy only land package, then you should buy all the four sector flight by yourself. But you can also ask me to help to handle. Yeah, I say do.
So there's a domestic flight at the end of the trip going from Izmir, is it, back to Istanbul?
No.
That's what we're talking about, Selena. Right?
The hot air Cappadocia to Istanbul.
Yeah. So that's included in the land charge.
Free. Sorry, I'm free.
So the flight is Hong Kong to Istanbul, and then the Cappadocia to Istanbul, and then Istanbul to Hong Kong.
To Hong Kong.
So 3 flights altogether.
Yeah, but the second one's included, is what she's asking.
No. So if you buy your own land package, it means that you also need to buy your own domestic flight, that one from Cappadocia
Isn't it
to.
better that it's included in the trip? Everybody's got to do it, right?
Depends on.
It should be included in the trip, that price. Let's talk about that. There's no reason for them to pay it separately.
Yes,
all
maybe
flying
buy
together
it.
on one
So
plane.
I think if you make the decision to have your itinerary, you can ask me to help you to choose. I would suggest you by which company, how to buy it, or you can ask me for help.
Because we all need to go on the same plane, because we're all coming back on that plane together.
I think we should have a package of landing, local sort of coverage, including hotel and flights.
Yeah, we'll just have a talk about that.
Okay, we're going to talk more.
Okay, any more questions? Yes.
Is it possible that the package include international flight while the domestic flight can be handled by the travel agents?
Sorry.
No, the international will be, if you're coming economy with us, that's part of this package.
Yeah, package.
And includes the domestic flight.
Yes.
If you want to fly separately or different class or whatever, you book that yourself.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Or so the same. So if you want to upgrade, so you may go for the land package and then buy your own ticket, or use the land package and then buy a ticket through Keyron.
Yeah, but if only want to upgrade, I can give you another prices. So you can pay the free 30,000 night, 500, and then I will maybe just another code for the upgrade free, so that.
So you can sort
So
that
that's
out with
so
people.
that's a third option. You pay the package price, which is 39, and then add a bit more for the upgrading. So Keyron is suggesting.
Kieran
that.
will
So
sort
I
that out for
think
us,
the land package is only for the one you want to stay behind, or you not come, you join the big group with the exact date.
I'm not sure, right? But the last time when I went to Istanbul, it was a joint flight, CX Turkish Airlines. So I'm not sure if this is a joint flight.
I think
too.
it's not a joint flight. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, I booked under CX, but then it became
I
a
know.
joint flight. Yeah.
Yep, I will check again, but I think it's not
Okay.
a joint share flight.
Thanks. And could you repeat the deadlines again for deposit and the final payment?
So the deadline is September 6th, so 2 more Sundays. And then I put a sign-up form, like a Google form, so you need to put in for all the names, details, dietary, and then also the deposit too, the receipt uploaded. For the deposit? Yeah.
Jane, anything? Anything? Francis? Mabel?
Just want to get a feel. How many of us have registered so far?
So around 10. 10. Yeah, and also, like before, you're welcome to bring your friends, invite your friends to join too. We don't have, it's not like have to be MIC limited. It's like MIC, all are welcome. Yeah. Okay. So we will revert to you if you have questions about like what Selena asked about the domestic flight, that part. We'll look into more. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else? Oh, yeah. All right. How much is a single room supplement?
Single room, according to the letter, is 9,000.
The text is
last
very
box.
small, nobody can read it. You need a magnifying glass.
The last box in 9,000.
Thank you.
We'll enlarge it for us all. It will borrow my glasses.
Sorry?
The number, the phone number. Is it yours? Phone number.
Yep, the phone number is my company, my agency phone number. But if just see Paul share my direct contact to them.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can chat with Kieran now after we finish this
Yep.
session. I think he'll
Yep,
be here
I'm
for
okay.
a while. So if you've got anything you want to ask him personally, or for yourself, that would be good. Okay. Anything else, Paul?
Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I really think it's going to be an excellent tour. I hear concerns about safety. Obviously, wherever we travel in the world, we never know quite what's going to happen, the unexpected. But I think that, we're aware of that, and our safety, your safety is our highest priority. So we will do the best that we can all the time and not put ourselves in harm's way deliberately, for sure. But from my visit, I remember, and probably Anne's been there as well, I mean, it's a fantastic country, tremendous food, tremendous things to see, beautiful people, very friendly people, and I think it's going to be an excellent tour, and I hope we're really going to enjoy it. And as always, it's a great opportunity for us to get to know each other so much better as well, and enjoy being the Methodist MIC family as we tour around. So if you've got more questions, Kieran's going to stay here. Go to him directly, or Paul, and chat a bit more, and I'm sure we can sort things out. If you can get your deposits in, as I say, we need to get 20 to be able to go, really. So that's the minimum that we need. So please sign up or bring your friends. Okay, let's have a prayer as we finish this. God, we give you thanks for this opportunity of being able to go as a church group to visit Turkey, this very ancient land, this bridge between continents, this place in which Paul and others traveled around preaching, proclaiming, establishing that first century church, and all that land's gone through over the years, the culture, the religious, the historical. I just pray for our trip as we prepare, that you'll give us the confidence and the peace to be able to book and to feel confident that we can go, and comfortable with that, and that to all the plans that are being finalized, we can clarify them quickly, and that it'll be a great trip and a great time together as a group, that we'll see much and enjoy much and learn much. So bless us, Lord, as we prepare to go. In the name of Christ we pray. Amen. Okay, so Kieran's here. You can speak to him now if you want to.